She stood by the door, suitcase in hand, lips pressed tight like a secret she didn't want me to read. "It's just a conference. 3 days. Zurich," she said. I told her, "Don't go," not out of suspicion, not jealousy, but because I knew her far too well. The way she bit the inside of her cheek when she lied, the way her eyes drifted. Every single time I mentioned Marcus, her colleague, the one who sent her late-night emails, always flagged urgent. She kissed my cheek, cold and quick, like a task she had to check off. Then she left, the door closing with a soft click, a sound that would echo in my mind for years. That was the last time she saw the man she married. Sarah and I were never perfect, but we were supposed to be real. 12 years. 4 homes. One life carved together out of dreams and debt. I gave up my own career to help her build hers, held the ladder steady while she climbed it. I watched her rise, cheered her on, carried the weight she didn't have time for. And when she reached the top, she looked down at me like I was something she'd outgrown, a coat that no longer fit the woman she was trying to become. I noticed the changes, the silences that stretched too long, the perfume that lingered, but never for me, the business trips that multiplied like excuses. The truth didn't hit me like a punch. It slid in like a whisper, cold and sharp. And I listened. She'd never notice it, but the new luggage I gifted her had a tracker inside. She never checked, never questioned. When her plane landed, I watched her digital footprint trace a line, not to the conference hotel she told me about, but to a private villa tucked in hills outside Geneva, a reservation under the name Marcus Dalton. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I booked a flight to the same city, checked into a quiet hotel nearby, watched, waited. They spent 3 days entwined like lovers who had no one else to answer to, laughed over wine, walked hand in hand through candlelit cathedrals, wore their wedding rings on chains instead of fingers. I filmed every moment, every stolen touch, every lie. When I returned home, I arrived before she did. The house was clean, quiet, cold. I had already laid everything out, the truth wrapped in manila and marked final. She walked in, suitcase in one hand, travel dust still on her coat. I didn't yell, didn't ask, just slid the divorce papers across the table, like a bill she forgot to pay. Her hands trembled. "You followed me?" she asked. "No," I said. "I watched. There's a difference." She tried to cry. I let her. Guilt always needs an audience. She begged, whispered about her reputation, said if this got out, she'd lose everything. What she didn't know was that I had already sent the footage to her firm's board, to their biggest client, and to his wife. She was fired within 48 hours. As for Marcus Dalton, Fintech's golden boy, admired by the ignorant, I dismantled him slowly. Anonymous tips to investors, exposed cookbooks, suspicious transfers, falsified financials. I didn't even have to lie. The truth did all the work. Within 6 weeks, federal agents were knocking. I sent his wife everything. Screenshots, audio recordings, video, the kind of evidence that doesn't just end marriages. It rewrites them. She left, took their kids, half his money, most of his dignity. By the end, Marcus was jobless, alone, and under investigation. I never said a word to him, just watched from a distance, let him crumble under the weight of his own choices. Then I disappeared, sold the house, changed my name, deleted every account, moved halfway across the world to a city where no one knew my face or my story. 5 years passed like a quiet sigh. I didn't date, didn't look back. I built a life that was simple, honest, entirely mine. Then last month, I received an email. No subject line, just a photo. Sarah, frail, pale, sitting in a hospital bed, her smile weak, her body thinner than I remembered. The message followed. "She's dying. Stage 4. She's asking for you." I stared at the screen for a long time, not because I still loved her, that feeling was long dead, but because I wanted to see what she looked like without the lies. So I went. The hospital smelled like bleach and second chances. Her room was sterile, silent, Lit by that same soft light, I remembered in her eyes the day I served her those papers. She smiled when I entered. Barely. You came, she whispered. I nodded. Saturday. Said nothing. I deserved it, she murmured. All of it. I didn't agree. Didn't argue. I just listened. That was my power now. Asterisk silent star. She told me Marcus never recovered. Said he took his own life 2 years after everything fell apart. She'd lost everything. Her job, her friends, her future. All gone. I was wrong, she said. You were the only real thing in my life. I leaned forward, close enough to see the fear flicker in her eyes. I wasn't your punishment, Sarah. I said, I was your warning. You just didn't listen. She died 2 days later. Alone. I didn't go to the funeral. But I sent a bouquet, black dahlias. The note read, asterisk, perfect endings begin with perfect betrayals. Asterisk, sometimes I still dream about her. Not the version that lied to me. The version that danced barefoot in the kitchen at midnight. The one who used to hum while folding laundry. Laugh in her sleep. But I never wake up sad, because closure doesn't always mean forgiveness. Sometimes it's just the quiet satisfaction of knowing you buried the past with clean hands and walked away without a single regret.